Hey lovies, it's your girl Lynn here, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I appreciate your support and clicking on this video. I wanted to do a quick how I'm using my bag today. This is like, I'm a few days into owning this bag. I'm so in love, as you dolls can tell from all of the back-to-back videos. But I just wanted to highlight a few things about this bag that I've noticed so far as a new Birkin mommy. So I want to do that, and I want to also talk about my future plans with shopping the brand. So we had a snow day today, and I was like, okay, I'm going to be at home doing some planning. And so I used my agenda, which I did an unboxing for back when I first got this. Um, I keep saying it was about 10 years ago, but it was probably like about 8. But this is where I plan everything for my entire week, and I keep track of everything every day. The monthly insert I use for like an overview of what I want to accomplish. Then I have a note section, and I did all of those tabs custom. So this first section is from Amazon, the monthly overview. Now the actual weekly is from Louis Vuitton, and then I did the to-do list and all of that stuff in the back from, I think, Amazon or EC. But anyway, so I literally write in there every day. So this was the best investment by far from Louis Vuitton that I've ever purchased, and I got this one pre-loved for about 200-ish bucks. So that's what I carry with me. And even though I have my bag jam-packed to the point where now this would fit inside of here if I didn't have all of this other stuff in there, but this is my purse stuff. And I posted this on the Black Girl Luxury group on Facebook, and somebody was like, girl, you got your purse packed like my mama. You got all that stuff in there. She was saying she only carries, I think, her phone, her brush, and something else. And I'm thinking to myself, girl, this is me downsizing from some stuff, okay? The only reason I'm able to pull this 25 size off is because over the past few years, I literally legit got into the mini bags. I had the mini Gucci bag. I had the mini Palm Springs Louis Vuitton backpack. I have the Chanel mini, and then I started doing the jumbo Chanel bags, which even though they are big in Chanel world, they're nothing like, for example, Louis Vuitton Speedies or Louis Vuitton Bouillon bag, or some of the other bags that I've carried. My Dooney and Burke bag, like that bag, the jumbo bag, is what taught me how to bring everything I needed, but on a scale. So I've already done about 3 or 4 videos with what fits in here and how I'm wearing it, just over the course of me wearing it. But a couple of things that I do want to highlight, and I'll still jump into what I have in here now, but a couple of things that I want to highlight about this bag is that this leather is so buttery and so soft. It's the Togo leather, and it's the retourne style. So the artisan designed this bag, and then they turn it inside out when they're finished. And as you dolls can see, the wings are starting to pucker out on the side, which is the look that I can't wait for the bag to permanently have. Like, they're puckered out a little bit because I specifically keep kind of squeezing on them. And I still haven't taken off my little plastic, but that's something I plan on doing this week. And then I still have my front tully on here that I purchased right when I bought my bag, but I did take the back tully off because that one had old energy to me. It was the first tully that I purchased. It may have been the first item I ever purchased from the Hermes boutique. And I find that having just the one tully on here is perfect for when I carry this bag, because a lot of people don't carry this bag on their wrist, but I do have a small wrist and forearm, and so I do carry mine like this so far. I have not carried a top handle other than when I first left the store with her, because I had seen all these reviews online, so I didn't even know how small the handles were really going to be. Now, when I had the 35 on all the time, I could carry that almost up my, you know, arm on my, as a shoulder bag. So I feel like the strap drop is totally different. So when I purchased the bag, I did the essay opened up the box, and there was like a thick, it almost looked like the Louis Vuitton ribbon that they tie the boxes with, but it was like this thick, and it was like a band. I want to say it was paper. And so he unsnapped that, and then when he unsnapped it, there were some gloves inside, which are still upstairs, and I'll show you all the inserted picture of it. But those gloves were for me, and his gloves were like golden brown. I guess those are the store gloves, like a part of their uniform. So he pulled his gloves out, and then he handed me mine, and I put mine on. So I picked the bag up, and I'm spinning her around, and I'm just amazed that I'm literally holding a Birkin 25, brand new, fresh from the boutique, fresh from Paris. Let me rewind. Not from the boutique, fresh from Paris, because literally he cracked the seal open on this bag. So he hadn't even seen her yet, but he did tell me when he called me to tell me that he had something for me. I asked the size, the color, and the type of leather. So he told me Rouge Decor, Birkin 25, and he also said that she was Togo leather, because I asked, because if this bag would have been Epsom leather, I'm not gonna say I would have passed, but I would not have been as ecstatic as I was when he said Togo leather, because I love the smell of Togo, I love the softness, I love the look. And, you know, to me, the Epsom is just a little bit overly treated and chemicalized. So this Pegasus is all leather, and it is encrusted on the front. This came from Michelle Lepore, and I paid 29 bucks for it, but it was originally like $100 and something. But because they're going out of business, it was on sale along with everything else. And I purchased a red dog leather charm, but I don't know where I put it at. So I'm redesigning my stuff because I had a leak in my closet room. But this is a Barbie AirTag holder, and so that is something that I keep on here too, because I definitely want to make sure I keep an AirTag in this bag, because I take this bag with me everywhere I go. And so I want to make sure that, you know, if something were to happen, that I know how to get to my bag. Now, the outside of the bag is beautiful, but the inside, hands down, wins the show. It's such a brighter, more vibrant and smooth leather inside. And I wanted to read what they said about the color. Okay, so I have my business phone. Okay, so it says here that Rouge Decor is a romantic and emotional red. Cool tone, feminine, soft glam, and it's a heartfelt shade that feels like a love letter in leather form. So it also says here that the Hermes Rouge Decor color, which is Hermes color code S, and then the number 3, is a vibrant candy apple red with the subtlest of pink, orange, and yellow tone. And so the translation for Rouge Decor is red heart. This color is passionate and electric, and adds a Birkin and Rouge Decor with a pale pop of color to any ensemble. This exciting, okay, so this is how everything is all jumbled up. So I'm just trying to make sense out of it, but it's like 3 sentences on top of one, but it's basically just saying how you can pair this with any color. Now, to me, I feel like when I first found out I was getting a red bag, I already knew I was going to wear this bag every day, because red is such a neutral. You can pair red with cheetah print, and it looks so good. That's like one of my favorite favorite plays on red. And it's funny because my Louis Vuitton boots that I'm looking at over there, they're red. And I also, not just on the bottom, but they're red in general. And I was just looking at my wardrobe, and I'm like, I have so much with red. Like, this is a old Gucci scarf that I had, and it has a lot of red in it. My Cartier scarf, red. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm like, everything that I own has so much red in it, or pairs well with red, because as you guys can see now, I'm wearing a gray dress. Clearly looks really, really good with red. And I did get my carnelian Von Cleef piece. So I've been kind of feeling red a lot lately, and I also bought this garnet gold ring for my birthday. So this was all prior to me getting the call about this bag. So red has just been growing on me, which another thing, I got this custom made coin case from Hermes, and I ordered this back in October of 2025. This was ready around my birthday, which is the end of January. So in January 2026, I get this. I get the phone call 2 days after my birthday. So everything was just kind of lining up. And I feel like this color is just so happy. Like right now, the Lunar Chinese New Year. Like the neighborhood that I live in, they have the red lanterns all over. Then of course we just had Valentine's Day, and then of course we had Christmas, which is a very red and green, and for me it's more of red and pink kind of a decorum. So I feel like this is the best. I knew I wanted a color, and I told my sales associate that. I told my SA I wanted a color. Yes, I love the Etoupe, and I have that. I love the, a lot of people are going for the Etoupe, the Cray, the Gold, the Noir, so that's black, brown, gray, white, and, stuff like that. So I love, sorry, that was my uncle texting me. I love those new neutral colors, and they're very sophisticated. They're very grown up, but I'm so young at heart. I love pink. That's my favorite color. So, my dreams were to get a red bag, which was on my vision board. But the one that was on my vision board was a little bit bigger. I want to say it was like a 30 or 35. I found it online, like on a random site, I think Madison Avenue. So I don't know exactly what size it was. I just remember printing it out. And it was that one that I saw. And then I saw another one on another site because it was like full of money. So pretty much I had the red Birkin in mind. I would have been okay if it would have been purple. I said that. Pink, of course. Let me rewind. Pink, red, purple. I told him I would be okay with orange, yellow, like any green, like anything that was like a vibrant color. So I feel like he nailed it with this, because realistically the green and the yellows and the stuff like that would have probably started to irritate me a little bit. There was this light baby blue color that I liked when I saw it on the Evelyn, but then I'm like, I wouldn't want to really carry that every day, and to me that would not have gone with everything. The beauty with my red is that it is such a neutral. When you look at a lot of luxury cars on the interior now, they have the pop of the red. So red is just that color right now. So pretty much what I keep inside this front pocket, because this bag is smaller, the pockets are smaller. So this front pocket, now with my 35, the pockets are bigger. And the 35 is a pre-loved piece, and so it's a lot more worn in. So this is really stiff, and I don't want to stretch it, but then at the same time, I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna wear my bag. So I went to the library with my wife and my granddaughter, and they have like a Jean-Michel Basquiat, not a display because it's not a museum, it's the library, but they have like a little, so it's not an exhibit, but they're like kind of featuring this particular author, or any commentary on him. So then I have a museum pass, and then I have a couple of lottery tickets. So this is the pocket that I said I'm just gonna, you know, toss receipts and, you know, paper like that inside of there that doesn't really have a home until I get home and I file it. Then all the way in the back. And see, now that I've carried this bag for a few days, I know exactly how I want to pack it. And I'm probably going to keep it packed like this for a minute. But I have my Tiffany & Co. little card. I actually like this more than I thought I would because I can put change inside here too. This was $1.49, so I just keep it standing straight up. That way the change doesn't fall out. And then I also have my little David Yurman little jewelry pouch. It has like a little magnetic closure. That's because I'm wearing these Lego earrings, and the earrings are a little bit heavy, and I usually sleep in my earrings, so I take these off at night when I'm in the bed, and I just stick them in here because I'm too lazy to get up and go put them on the dresser, and I always forget to do it. So that's in my bag. Plus, when I travel, I like to have a pouch, a soft pouch with me. So again, I got this for, this was custom. It came around my birthday, and I purchased this one when I got my bag. And as you guys can see, this is red. So, you know, Hermes just has so many different red shades. And then they have so many pink shades also, because I have this vintage little agenda in a pink, and this is 23 years old. So this pink is totally different than this newer pink. So then I also have a little selfie magnet, and then I have the little clochette that comes with the bag, which I don't feel like I want to put it on just yet because I already have this stuff on here. And Christian Dior makes this beautiful, beautiful little accordion style wallet, and it smells so good. It's in lambskin, and these little charms are detachable. Like if I wanted to take this charm off and, for example, like clip it on here on the Birkin, that would be cute. So then on this side over here, I do have my Chance perfume, and this is the Eau Splendide. I love the Outundra, which is pink, but this is my newest one in purple, and this is not a new this is not an old fragrance, it's a newer fragrance. So I have my Honest hand sanitizer that I always order from Amazon, and then I have my natural antihistamine, which I've been keeping in here in this little pouch for the last couple of years. I have my little Barbie Pez, and I just keep her in here because she's so cute. And then I have my Louis Vuitton multi-part pencil holder, and I keep my eyeliner, my dermaplane, my lipstick, and e-pens, perfume samples, as well as what's this right here? That's it. A permanent marker. So then I have my mini pochette, which I carry this in every bag. I really don't feel like a bag is an everyday bag unless this fits in here. So this is like lady products, which I need to fill it back up. And then I have the last thing in here, which is my Eau Paste from Chanel. Now, you want to talk about a happy place. This takes me to a happy place every single time. And this one keeps cash that I didn't want to put in that little Tiffany case. And then I have a couple of extra credit cards in here that didn't fit inside the accordion wallet. And then I have my backup charger as well as some old school headphones. So I'm kind of using this as a wallet, but then I have a charger in here too. And I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna take my mini pochette out of here, just, you know, to kind of see how everything would fit if I just took it out, just to have just a little bit more space. Because I have noticed, and I have never zipped it up since I unzipped it, But I have noticed that with fewer things in there, it gives it more of a wing shape. See how when I did that, gives it more of a wing shape. And these are the feet. They still have the plastic on the sides of them, but not on the bottom. And I know some people do put the little silicone taps on there, so I may end up doing that. But just for reference, this Magenta fits in here perfectly fine. So and it's not a heavy bag at all. So the 25 gets a lot of, people kind of talking bad about how it doesn't fit anything. It's just a baby Birkin. Take it from a person who has carried a Never Full for a year and some change, who has had the Louis Vuitton Artsy on her arm for about a year and some change, who's carried a Speedy for about 3 years, a Speedy 35 initially, then a Speedy 30. Take it from me, this bag is not small. This bag is not small. I do feel like it fits everything that I carry on a daily basis. I can even put, with that agenda in there, I can even throw a bottle of water in there and put a couple of other things back in there. So if I just wanted to run somewhere and just have my case as my wallet and my agenda, like if I'm just running a Starbucks bottle water, what else do you need? I don't know. Like if you're gonna use it as a diaper bag or something like that, I understand. But just even for me, the person that likes to carry a lot, likes to be prepared, I find it to be the perfect size. And it's so little and petite, and I was just like not expecting to be so happy with this size. So I will be going on a trip soon, so I do plan on, of course, taking my bag. I feel like I don't want to not wear this bag. Every time I think about, when am I going to be ready to switch into something else, it's like kind of scary. I'm like, no, I paid $15K for this bag. I want to use her for at least a year. And, maybe if I'm offered a second bag, which I would hope would be like a Kelly, then I would be okay. Or even another color. But I think I want to, for the first time in my life, just kind of stop and enjoy the roses. Like I feel like I'm always rushing along and I'm like, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? I don't want to be like that anymore. I feel like I found my bag that's been, like, I've wanted a Birkin ever since I knew what one was, so in my 20s, and then it wasn't until I was in my mid 30s that I seriously was considering purchasing one. And at that time, they were like 6,000 and some change, and now this one was 13,500. So that's a long time. They've doubled in price, and even the bags that I've seen on the pre-love market that are from that era, they are selling for what these are selling for retail. So you're not gonna, the sellers don't let up. They bought their bags back then, they want their return, and I don't blame them. And that's why I've said, I want to purchase one brand new, because I would rather have the experience that they had versus purchasing someone else's, experience and then paying the retail price for it. It just didn't make sense to me. For those who want to know how my journey went, it took me about 4 months to get my bag, and I bought a variety of items. I bought from each category, so I'll do another video to talk about my pre-spend and everything. But I feel like I bought everything that I like. Nothing that I bought was something that I was just buying to get a Birkin. I really didn't even create a wish list until after I had already started going in there and like, okay, yeah, I do like the other things that Hermes offers outside of the Birkin, because I got my Birkin bag first, pre-loved, and then I started shopping in the store. So everybody's journey is different. Some people don't want to do the whole quota bag thing, and I get that, but I love my sales associate, and I would never ever want to just go and buy a bag from someone else or whatever. If I can help it, I would like to continue to buy my pieces from him, to interact with him, and then get offered another bag from him. So that's just my goal. But who knows, if I found a bag online that I just had to have and it was at an amazing price, maybe then I would get a pre-love. But I feel like I would continue to do what I'm doing. I've already spent, since I purchased my bag, I've already spent about $3,000. So, I'm still shopping with my essay. I just had to fix that necklace. I'm still shopping with my essay. I'm still, supporting him. He looked out for me because I know very well that there were other people who probably spent way more money than me and who've spent way more time on the wish list than I did. He told me back in November, I created my list in August or September. I can't remember which one. But he told me back in November that I would be getting something for either Christmas or my birthday. And he did not let me down. My birthday, I got a call from him 2 days later. I was still out of town celebrating and he called me. So that's what you do. You get you an essay that's going to look out for you and you look out for them. And that's it. And so that is all I wanted to say today. A little bit about the bag. And another thing, the last thing, I love my artisans initials, and the bag is a case stamp. Even though we're in 2026, I don't know what the new stamp letter for this year is going to be, but mine has the case. So my bag probably got started on in 2025, because think about it, he called me in January. So from the time it took for the artisan to finish the bag, for the bag to be sent from Paris to I live in, so the closest Hermes warehouse to me is in New Jersey. I know exactly where it is. Whenever I find something that is not in my boutique, I have my essay ordered for me and it comes from there. And I always get it the very next day. So I'm telling you right now, he looked out for me. He told me he was going to have something for me, and he did. 4 months later. Yeah, 4 months later. So thank you, dolls, so much for watching. Peace and namaste.